your first and last name and spell them for me?
Tammy Hurt, Tammyhurtt.
We'll start what happened here tonight.
Well, we were driving down Curry Ford, and we were at the red light here, and these guys, actually what happened was down at Curry Ford and 436, some guys were throwing beer bottles out of the car, and one almost hit my car. We proceeded down Curry Ford, and we reached the light right here, and I rolled down the window and told them, hey, you almost hit my car. And one guy, the passenger got out, and my husband got out and everything, and was trying to push the door to keep him from getting out and everything. There was two gentlemen in the back, jumped out and everything, grabbed a hold of my husband, threw him on the ground, was kicking him in the head and the face, and then the passenger guy got a beer bottle and was hitting him on the head with it and stuff.
And all the passengers, did they seem to be intoxicated?
Yes, they did. Yeah, the passenger did, definitely.
And what happened after the fight?
As soon as I got out and everything, my children was out there and they were watching everything, yelling for their dad and stuff. And I got out and was calling 911 when I did that and everything. They all jumped in the car and took off. And
do we know if the cops have caught them yet?
Actually, one guy drove himself to the hospital. He is in the hospital because my husband carries a little pocket knife. And after they hit him with the beer bottle and stuff, he just grabbed him and everything and stabbed him. And we just found out that he was at the Florida hospital and he was airlifted to OMC.
So clearly self-defense on your husband's part.
Yes, definitely.
And how would you describe these guys?
Young. Not very smart.
Black, white, Hispanic?
There was two Spanish and one black.
Okay, younger?
Yeah, they were in their early 20s.
Okay, obviously aggressive towards you and your family.
Yes.
And you felt, obviously you felt fear for your life and your husband's life.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Tell us
Yeah.
a little bit about that. Tell us how scared you were.
Terrified because I was in the driver's seat and, all I heard was my two kids yelling, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy," and I look back and I just see a beer bottle shattering, and I stepped out of the car and everything, and I almost passed out.
Did anyone stop to help or do anything?
Nobody except one vehicle. There was two cars behind us and stuff, and it was a officer not in uniform.
Okay, so we know the one guy went to the hospital. The other two guys, do we know if they've been
actually,
yet?
there was three guys in that thing. No, they're still looking for them.
Okay, Tammy, can you tell me anything else that I haven't asked you?
No, then I just hope they catch them.
Tell us about what kind of, I don't know, maybe you already said I wasn't paying attention. What kind of car were they driving?
I was a later Ford Taurus wagon, burgundy, dark tinted windows.
So tell us again, they were down the street throwing beer bottles out. Tell us that story. Tell me that story one more time.
We were at Curry Ford and 436 at the traffic light, and they were throwing beer bottles out. The passenger was throwing beer bottles out of the window, and one almost hit my car.
Okay, now when you said throwing out to the curb or just...
Yeah, just like that. Yeah. Yeah. And I rolled down my window and I was like, "Hey, you almost hit my car." And they just started mumbling stuff, and I just rolled up the window and we proceeded down here, and that's when we got right here, and they started exchanging words again and everything, and the one passenger was starting to get out. My husband got out and was sitting there pushing on the door and everything to keep him from getting out, and that's when the two guys in the back and everything jumped out.
So
certainly not something you'd want your kids to see.
No. I mean, my son was very terrified. Very, very terrified.
Would you have to say these guys were definitely road rage?
I think it was just something to do, I mean, just really something to do. They were bored me.
From that light after you left that light?
Yeah, they did.
Started following.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. So you leave the light, then what happens?
We come down here. I mean, I sped up a little bit, they kind of stayed in the next lane. I mean, they never got directly behind me. They stayed in the next lane or anything. And, I sped up. They kind of sped up and everything, but then there was a car in between and stuff, so it kind of slowed them down. But as soon as we got up here, I kind of got up close to the car behind me, or in front of me, and then next thing I know, they're right behind us.
Have you been informed if there's going to be any charges pressed against the one gentleman in the hospital?
No, they haven't said anything to us yet.
No charges are being pressed against your husband so far?
Oh, no. No.
Hey, Tammy, anything else you want to add to this?
No.
Okay, wonderful, Tammy. Thank you very